Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! Today it's going to be a match between Strelok and CloseR. Here on Heartbreak Ridge, left side of the map, it is the yellow Terran player, it is Strelok. And on the right side of the map, it is the orange Zerg player, CloseR, who is a German Zerg player named Florian Schmidt, according to Wikipedia. Alright, so Heartbreak Ridge, one of my favorite maps. It was a little bit overdone on my channel a while ago, so I kind of went away from it, but I think it's time to bring it back. I think this is going to be a Patreon post, so if you're seeing this on, let's see, December the 19th or 20th, thank you so much for supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. And this is your bonus Brood War cast for the week. Once again, thank you so very, very much. I really appreciate it. And let's go ahead and get right on into it here. Alright, we're on good speed. We're on a good speed here. We're on fastest, which is where we play. I think we're good to go. We don't have any concerns about speed right now. That SCV looked slow for a minute, but I'm just overthinking it. Let's move on. Drone checking around for proxy pylons or possible cannon rushes getting started here, which I guess, I mean, this would be proxy gateway stuff. You don't really want a cannon rush up there because how do you harass this expansion if you're throwing cannons up here? It makes no sense. So yeah, just proxy gateways, which I don't know that I've seen Strelok do one of those. Not that I usually cast the shorter games, and proxy gateways do usually lead to shorter games. Either you win or you lose with that. I mean, really fast. There is no way to proxy gateways and then move into like a macro game. Either you beat the Zerg or the Terran, or else you're just going home done in about, 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes, it feels like, at the latest. Now someone in the comments is going to be like, oh no, Falcon, there have actually been 300 games where Proxy Gateway went into a 25-minute macro game, and I don't know how. I don't understand how that would even be possible. Anyway, this drone's here fighting against this SCV trying to build a barracks. It's a tale as old as time. Song as old as rhyme. Drone harassing an SCV building a barracks. Another SCV pulled off the line. You will see this today in StarCraft 2 as well, you guys. It's the same darn fight. Over and over and over again. Drone harass, probe harass. You don't usually see drone scouting in StarCraft 2, especially against Terran. There's just generally not considered enough reason for it. Although that means that Zerg does lose quite often to proxy barracks into bunkers at your front door. So I'm not a huge fan of it, but Zerg players are willing to accept that risk. I don't get it. Whatever. SCV scouts around. Does see that was a hatch first play. Into a pool here. Pool just about done at the same time as the hatch, but the hatch started first and has a lot more hit points to build. Then a macro hatch. I love the macro hatch. I gotta start doing this. I gotta start just throwing out a macro hatch at like 3 minutes. So pool hatch, or let's see, hatch, pool, hatch would be good. Feels like something I'm into. I like macroing a lot and risking stuff. I'd rather risk through macroing than anything else, which I guess is kind of the Zerg thing to do. Not really too new necessarily, but anyway, let's see. If you're watching this, something. What else? Star Wars is coming out today. So people watching this in the future, yes, I'm talking to you from the past. Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker, or Rise of Skywalker, is already out. I've seen it. I got tickets for opening night, at least in the United States. It got released in the United Kingdom before I got to see it at all, which, fine, I guess. I mean, why can't we just release everything at the same time? I don't understand. Lings cruising across. SCV sees them coming across. There's 3 Marines and a bunker on the way. SCV here to body block a little bit if necessary. More SCVs actually coming into body block as necessary, because they are. And try to get a run by. No, great control from Strelok. Oh my gosh. That was good. That is not as easy as it looks, you guys. I'm not kidding. You bring your SCVs up in the right direction, your Marines up in the right place too. Make sure the Lings can't squeeze by there. Don't overcommit or they go around the other way. Then bad things happen. SCV attacking a hatchery for reasons unknown. That's a very quick lair. About a 4-minute lair there, and the second gas is already taken. This feels like a big-time Mutalist play, but the SCV scout is here to make sure this is not something that is going to catch Strelok by surprise. Getting caught by surprise in StarCraft generally means you're dead. So always scout, guys. Oh, nice SCV micro there out of CloseR. Make sure the SCV dies. Good Ling micro is what I meant to say there. But yeah, I mean, he saw the lair timing. I'm pretty sure he got a glimpse of that second gas already done and mining too. And at this stage, Engineering Bay should be getting started. Well, I don't know if you need to start it now. Spires take forever to build. So at this point, I think he's okay just going for the upgrades he is, going for stim, getting a couple fire bats, worried about more ling pressure, as it is just going to be Zerglings out of CloseR until those Mutalisks come. So there's your Spire timing. There is no more scouting for Strelok over on this side of the map, but he has to know. He has to prepare for Mutalisks, and they're the Engineering Bay. You don't have to start the turrets until the Mutalisks are in production. The timings all work out quite nicely. He saw the timing on the lair. He knows what he's dealing with. He's got all this worked out in his head. One sunken coming up at the front door of the natural. Probably going to get at least one more and possibly two more versus this fairly intimidating Marine Medic push. Stim is done for these guys. Do they have any fire bats? I could have sworn he was making fire bats. Maybe he canceled. I think he canceled his fire bat production when he realized, oh no, they're here. Never mind, the fire bats are here. The Lings are doing pretty well for themselves until the two fire bats showed up. One sunken. The two fire bats are utterly useless against sunken colonies, so that's why we don't have more than one sunken here yet. There's another one coming in case reinforcing units come in from Strelok, the Ukrainian Terran, which I didn't mention. He is from Ukraine. A great country for StarCraft, man. Whiter's from that country as well. But yeah, I mean, this is fairly standard stuff we've seen from time to time. Spire done. You don't start the turrets yet, because again, you don't start the turrets until the Mutalisks are in production, in that production tab. Bam. There's your Spire. And there's 8 Mutalisks, because again, he had enough gas for 3 more. Is he going to make 11 Mutalisks here? If I was him, I would. No, he goes for Lurker aspect, rather. All right. Lurker, Mutalisk, off a 2 base. It's gonna be pretty darn good against Bio. You really want to start getting tanks at some point here if you're Strelok, or, you know, just keep making barracks. That's fine, too. There's your factory. His factory on the way. I don't think he knows. I'm not sure he knows that Lurker aspect is being evolved, but your Mutas are out. He's got 8 of them here. He's making another one back home for 9. Generally, you're going to see 11 because 1. Yeah, the control group here is going to be 1 Overlord and 11 Mutalisks if you have 11 Mutas. If not, just 1 Overlord and whatever Mutas. Allows you to stack them like this, because Mutas stacked are a lot better than Mutas that are spread out for control in these situations. Nice dodge in. Beautiful dart in, though. This is a pretty good control. Strelok losing some Marines there. CloseR playing pretty well. And a third base now getting started from CloseR in the traditional third base location on this map. Mutalisk cruising in. Turrets. See, turrets are here. They've been here for a while. Nothing really to worry about as far as defending. This is not a huge number of Mutas. It's a little bit bigger now. There's 9. And there's more Mutalisks in production. So at this stage, it's got to be, it's thinning down the Marine ranks and also trying to keep Strelok at home. If Strelok's at home, he's not actually putting any pressure on the Zerg player, and he's happy about that. Now, we do have Lurker eggs coming up, 5 of them. Making a little X here, or maybe a plus sign. A little wonky for that, though. Mutas continually harassing, taking big-time shots, though. One of the Mutas has died. Another 1 or 2 are about to expire as well. That's a Queen Nest at 8.5 minutes. CloseR! CloseR teching like a madman. That's a Queen Nest before the third base is even done building. Trying to bait in here. I imagine Strelok will scan this before he walks up that ramp. He has to know. He has to know. Are these going to be hold position? Yep, there's your scan. So he knows what's up. That was almost a hold position scenario for CloseR, which would be a massive victory for him and a massive fail for Strelok. Don't run into a hold position Lurker trap. You will end up on all of the StarCraft highlight videos if that happens to you, and you'll be embarrassed. Machine shops, starport getting a control tower, science facility coming in here too. He does want to radiate versus these Lurkers. And against these Mutalisks is pretty amazing too. Irradiate in general is just an amazing spell. You're going to irradiate anything that Zerg has, any of his units whatsoever. Do a ton of damage to them, and then also they're damaging their roommates and their teammates who are nearby. Lings like to stack up, Mutalisks stack up hard. And Lurkers don't necessarily stack up, but being able to one-shot a Lurker with an Irradiate is amazing. Stabbing on in with the Lurkers. Big-time hit there. And another big-time hit there. That was a pretty good trade. Some of these Lurkers took some damage. One of them only has 9 HP, but they're able to push the bio back. It is 85 to 74 total supply. The Zerg player is up. He's looking all right here. Looking really good here. with his third base. He's macroing super hard. His APM's around 300, Strelok's around 320. APMs are sufficient for both players to win this game. There's your science vessel on the way. Loving that. Scourge in production to deal with the science vessels. Got a hive in production over here in Zergland. And pushing up the left side is Strelok with his bio. They got +1 attack. No armor upgrades yet. Nothing for the Zerglings. Nothing for the Mutalisks. Adrenal Glands on the way. And +1 Carapace coming in here too. So Adrenal Glands before anything else, pretty much, for CloseR. Oh, the one Lurker dies. Couple spines here, but nothing too bad. That's some pretty good control from Strelok. That's hard to do. That is hard to run in there, bait the Lurkers into burrowing, and get out before the spines eviscerate you. The timing is extremely tricky. This game is hard to micro. I don't know what else to tell you guys. It is a difficult game. Siege mode coming in for Strelok. I don't know if you want to go in there. It feels like a death trap to go into that third base location. So he's not, but, oh, the Lurker spines doing some work. Everyone is dead. Everyone is dead. No letters home from this group. Strelok's army is gone. It's 99 to 80 supply. CloseR is playing this extremely well. I gotta say, I am more impressed with CloseR than I thought I was going to be when I first started casting this game, just because CloseR's Wikipedia page is nothing. He has no overview. He has no achievements. All I know, he's a German player, and he was a member of ESC Icybox. That's pretty much it. But he's going toe-to-toe with one of the better foreigner Terran players ever right now. Playing pretty well. This is so many Lurkers, though. Good crap. That is 10 Lurkers. 10 Lurkers. Ling's jumping on top of that tank. Not quite able to get it. Tank's firing. Get on out of there. Even with Dark Swarm, which he's working on. He's making some defilers. Tanks are still your answer versus these Lurkers if they're bundled up together at all. As Dark Swarm does negate direct damage, but does not negate the splash damage the tanks deal, and that's a pretty big deal too. Fourth base on the way from CloseR. Strelok doesn't have a third yet. CloseR's kind of killing it, you guys. I don't know what else to tell you right now. Plague being researched by the Zerg player. Working on more defilers. CloseR's in delay tactics at the moment. He's just trying to make sure Strelok has to stop and siege up every once in a while rather than just moving his army across the map right now. Because it is pretty scary, all things considered. One is done for the Marines. Irradiate on one of these dudes, and Tank's firing on the others. Oh, Defiler gets out of there with 7 HP. The Mutas are going to go ahead and finish off the Science Vessel. Ling's getting on top of these Marines. Oh, the surround! From the other side, Dark Swarm is up everywhere. The Marines are besieged. Everybody dies. Tanks are dead too. That's the second time today CloseR has destroyed Strelok's army. And he is looking good. This Zerg player is amazing. I can't believe the Science Vessel was allowed to leave. These Mutas should have killed it. Or at least tried to kill it, I suppose. Science Vessel going to make it home. Press 1 for yes. Press 2 for no. I'm going to go with no. Oh, the Marines. The Marines, though. Strelok paying attention. Babysitting his Science Vessels as best as he can. Keeps it alive. Strelok dropping into CloseR's main base here. And a drone comes over to see what's up. Because I think he did maybe catch a glimpse of his dropship. Oh. The Defiler mount going down would be huge. And it's huge. +2 attack stim Marines. Did he actually not get it? Oh my gosh, he didn't get it. The Ling Mutalisk response is fast enough. The Defiler round has 51 HP. Lurker's burrowing on in. Oh, tanks catching spines. Not what you want at all. 109 to 87 total supply in favor of CloseR. Base count 3 to 2 still. 4 bases just getting done for CloseR now. Irradiate on the Defiler, but he's got enough energy for something. A Plague here would be pretty great. He does. Not as good a Plague as you want to see necessarily, but that's about 6 or 7 Marines that just got caught. It's going to suck all the energy directly off of those medics as they futilely try to heal through the damage this jelly is doing. This strawberry jam is doing to their army. Lurker count still insanely high. This is the most Lurkers I've seen in a ZVT in quite some time. Do you know this base exists? I like the sunken colonies coming up here. He's ahead and getting more ahead. A very day 9 concept that I learned from that guy. back in the day, watching his videos about StarCraft, Ultralisk Cavern just about done from CloseR. We're looking at melee attacks for the first time today, I think. Yeah, the Zerglings have no melee attacks yet. Working on those. Thank you for asking. And SCV's transferring up as the third base has already been built on location of the natural and is going to go ahead and land to the third base now. Meanwhile, these SCVs are going to mine through this stacked mineral field, just allowing an easy escape and an easy runaway if an attack comes in like this, for example. Northern attack gets shoved away quite easily, but these SCVs... Oh, are you kidding me? These Lings decided to run into their deaths instead. Dark Swarm Plague combo is brutal. Absolutely brutal here. Adrenal Gland Zerglings in that situation are pretty good. Strelok gets out of there. These SCVs are thinking they're lucky stars. The Zerglings went the right instead of to the left. Thinking they're lucky stars. It's 142 to 119 supply. I just don't see how CloseR loses this game. I really don't. He just got his third base, or Strelok just got his third base down. CloseR's up 40-something, or rather 20-something supply. Ultras are out. The tank count is not great. There are Marines on the ground. There are some Vultures and Spider Mines on the ground. Tank count is not good right now. The Ultras are going to wreck. We have seen games where Ultras do not wreck against Terran players, and that's when there are huge tank lines, right? Just massive tank lines that the Ultras cannot break, and it's a mech play, right? It is tanks, it is Spider Mines all over the place with missile turrets as well, and a Zerg player has a really hard time breaking it, but that is not what Strelok is doing here today. His tank count on this side of the map is 0. I don't know if he has any tanks on the map at all, and this death surround feels like a bit of a death surround for everybody. Yeah, everybody's dead. Say goodbye to your families. I don't know if you can do that from inside your power armor suit. I imagine you can. The science vessel count is really good for Strelok. I'm not going to complain about that. Irradiating the Ultras does not kill them, but they're really big targets that bump up against friendly units all the time. I feel like he's going for it. The Spider Mines are going to do pretty well here. I mean, the Zerglings really need to be absorbing the Spider Mine hits and not the Ultras, because it's a lot of damage off a Spider Mine, you guys. But never mind. There's a billion Ultralisks coming in. Strelok is trying to hold. He's got his Marines. He's got his bunkers. He has +3 attack in the mix. This is actually not bad. The medics in the front are messing up the pathing on the Ultralisks. I'm not sure that CloseR wants to come in here like this. The Lurker follow-up, though, is problematic. Oh, gosh. Everybody's dying. But the Lurkers are all dead, too, and it's 104 or 106 supply. Pushing in there as CloseR was a massive mistake. He should have come over here and wiped out this third base instead of pushing into the fortified but choked position of the natural. Holy cannoli. Strelok turning this game around on a dime. Meanwhile, dropping in the natural base a little bit. Not really accomplishing much, I wouldn't say. Hang on, you have to actually attack this medic, though. There you go. Ling AI is dumb. They will definitely try to kill the Marines, but the medics are not a threat to them directly, so they won't attack the medics unless you tell them to do so. Anyway, a bit of a group down this right side, probably going to get wiped out, but Strelok has been given the gift of life right now. Ooh, a battle cruiser in production. What? A battle cruiser in a TVZ. I haven't seen one of those. If this third base dies, Strelok is dead, though. That's the problem today. If this third base dies, I don't know what he does. I don't. So for some reason, the ComSat station is going down. The Ultras are engaging here, which I do not agree with. The SCVs are running, though, so I guess it's fine otherwise. Man, the Irradiate and the Irradiate. These SCVs are getting killed by Irradiate as well. But the Ultras are down again. This is the most effective I've ever seen straight bio be against Ultralisks in my casting career. I don't know what to tell you here other than the fact that CloseR is kind of throwing this game away. 125 to 90 supply for the Zerg. It was a massive Zerg lead, but something like 20 Ultralisks have died without really paying for themselves, and Strelok has an advantage like you would not believe here. This might be one of the all-time choke jobs I've ever seen on the channel. I mean, not all-time, obviously, but wow. Nice Plague. Nice Irradiates. The Scourge count is just not good here. some Mutalisks would be fine too. Drop in the top left, doing some stuff. What's up here? 2 Marines, fine. Trying to drop at the 4th. Ultralisks hurting each other. You can't one-shot an Ultralisk with a Radiate, but if he's running next to another Ultralisk who's irradiated, they will hurt each other quite badly. All right, these SCVs need to die. Oh, the defensive tank fire, though. Friendly fire splash is bad, you guys. No, the friendly fire splash. The tank is gonna, or the Ultra's gonna die, so that's good. But a bunch of SCVs went down there, not as bad as it otherwise could have been. Well, you know what's up there. I can't get rid of, I don't know what the key is to get rid of that one. Anyway, they're all dead. Cool beans. Strelok on the right side, going to go ahead and take a 4th. While the Zerg player has been on 4 bases for some time, Battle Cruiser just wanders away across the entire map and starts killing Defilers. Dark Swarm helping this guy out. But there are, I mean, 6 Scourge on the way means this BC is dead. Like this. Ow, ow, ow. Where'd the other ones go? Where are they coming in? Ow. I mean, still need ya, guys. Okay, so Battle Cruiser goes down, wipes out a few drones. And another Battle Cruiser is here. Battle Cruiser operational. Yeah, we are probably closer down to 36 drones, guys. 36 drones. Plague on the Battle Cruiser. He's got 13 kills. He got 14 kills. He does not care about your Plague. What is even happening right now? There are radiates everywhere. Just CloseR is falling apart at the seams. He's just got so many science vessels. He's irradiating all of the Ultras. He's irradiating Zerglings sometimes. Defilers are getting irradiated. This is just a Flash-esque strategy here. And the Marines are so effective when outnumbering Ultras this much. They're fine. That's it. That's your GG. It's 119 to 74 supply. CloseR's got an Ultralisk and a handful of Zerglings here. And they're 2-2, which is good, but the 3-3 of the Marines is better. This Battle Cruiser is down to 1 HP, but it's got 21 kills. It is one-shotting Zerglings right now. Irradiate on this Ultralisk is hurting Zerglings all around it. Strelok has successfully taken a 4th base. The drop, the eraser maneuver, the Boxer eraser maneuver. Doing some damage up north here. It's 31 drones for CloseR. Oh, our friendly neighborhood Battle Cruiser does get taken down by Scourge eventually after getting what feels like 57 kills. Science Vessels heading on home because there are Scourge actively chasing them down. One of them will die, but that's going to be about it. It's going to be about it. Another Ling Ultra attack coming on into the 3rd base, but I think it's a little bit late for this. It's a little bit late for this. If you're CloseR. Science Vessel down at the natural base of CloseR. Irradiate and combination of Marine Fire takes another Ultralisk down. The number of Ultralisks killed today feels like approximately 30. Is it probably more than that? It might be more than that. More Battle Cruisers on the way from Strelok. It came down to this, you guys. It came down to this attack. He had about 10 or 12 Ultras, a bunch of Lings, some Lurkers, attacked into this choke, which was ideal for Strelok to defend, instead of just going and taking down the 3rd. If Strelok had to bring his units out here and fight him in an open field, no. There's no way that works. But as it stands, CloseR very generously donates most of his army to this choke. And then Strelok starts the comeback, and here we are now. I don't even know what to tell you right now. I mean, yes, I like that we're making Scourge versus these Science Vessels. It's very nice, actually. A couple of these could be one-shot. Okay, well, and that was the one-shot. But the double eraser maneuver that Boxer pioneered is here. 33 drones. I mean, CloseR's been trying to remake his economy. He's making 9 at a time right now, but I just don't see... Okay. All right. That's a win. That's a win for CloseR. Science vessel count dropped to probably 2. I mean, that's 2, right? That is 2. Good. 2 science vessels instead of the 12 that existed a minute ago. He's expanded again. CloseR's retaken his 3rd. Wait, that never died. His natural base did not get retaken. Even though... at this point, probably not worth rebuilding. Look at this defensive matrix fire bat moving on in to absorb all the shots. He's going to die, but he's going to die a hero. That's for sure. Ling Ultra on top of this Marine Ball and doing all right for themselves. CloseR manages to win another engagement out in the middle of nowhere. It's just another battle cruiser just walks across the entire map and destroys the economy of CloseR. That's all he's doing. I don't even know what to do with this game. Is this game getting an epic tag? Are we at the point where it maybe gets an epic tag? We've got battle cruisers. For heaven's sakes. Did you guys know the typical crew of a battle cruiser is between 4,000 and 7,000 people? It takes 4,000 people to crew this thing that shoots 1 laser. Seems like overkill, but I don't know. 105 to 52 supply. Okay, the CloseR, I feel like he was dead a while ago. I do. But at the same time, he's alive. He's still in this game somehow. I like how CloseR has taken the center base. Usually something you do if you're way ahead. He's significantly behind. And he's trying to accomplish this, which I respect immensely, but it's not going to work out. Another science vessel down to Scourge. Oh, the defensive matrix. The defensive matrix. Disgustingly good. Disgustingly good. Oh, that battlecruiser took down both Scourge sent to kill it. Center base, despite the fact that it's almost done, Strelok says no, not allowed. And there's the cancel, and there's the dead drone. I mean, CloseR's clawing his way back here. He's not down half of the supply. Well, he doesn't have only half the supply that Strelok does. But this base is going to die because there's literally nothing defending it now. Science vessel count is somehow back up to 5, even though, whatever. Ling's running to their deaths without Defiler support, without Ultra support. That's not going to work out for you, my guy. This Ultralisk happily murdering all of his buddies, and that's your good game! From CloseR, Strelok calls the GG2, the rematch happens. And CloseR taps out. Strelok is your winner in 27 minutes and 57 seconds. What a match! What a ridiculous match. That was so good. I don't know if that deserves an epic tag. Because it was just a choke. It was. CloseR was up about 40 supply, it felt like. He came in, decided to bring Ultras and Lings into a very narrow area with a ton of Marines, with some medics messing up the pathing. We had a bunker in the mix, too. I've never seen that many Ultralisks die just to bio before. I haven't. There was no irradiate support either. It was just straight up bio. Let this be a lesson to you, Zerg players. Do not attack into a fortified Terran position. Don't do it. Attack them in the open. Attack lightly defended expansions, undefended expansions. If he, again, I know I've said this before, but if he just brings the Lings and Ultras down and around and wipes this base out and forces Strelok to come out of his little hidey hole and maybe fight him up here or fight him down here, it goes much better for CloseR. But boy, it was a stubborn attack. I've died this way, okay? I'm not saying I'm an incredible player. I'm not saying I am the man. I'm just saying I recognize problems when I see them. Wow. Wow. All right. Well, I mean, let's check out the final score here. As far as this this choke is concerned, like, I love you, CloseR. I do, but I don't know how to characterize it otherwise. 185,000 points for Strelok, 5,000 less for CloseR. 600 units produced for the Zerg player, ended up killing 300. Just not enough when Strelok produced 447. And then resources, more gas mined for CloseR, more minerals mined, and more total spent. But you know how much of that 7,000 resources spent more by CloseR were in Ultralisks that died during that attack? I think it was all of it, which turns it to more of an even game. And Strelok's just a better player. He's going to do better in an even game. So, fantastic. Just a fantastic. Fantastic ZVT. I don't even... They're so good. These are so good games recently, you guys. You're honestly spoiled. Spoiled for incredible games recently. I'm enjoying them all. Hope you are too. But for now, that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.